Good morning and welcome to Lockdown Tips. I'm Anna from Anna.marketing and today we are going to talk about clients because today is a client's day and what we would have done without clients, we would not exist. So if you want to know what are my tips, how to tame the most challenging clients, please listen up. If you're watching it live, please do #live, or if you're watching on replay, do #replay. So, most challenging clients, what they have taught me is, the first thing is patience. Because if you want to warm up or get somebody to use you, you've got to give them a bit of space. You've got to let them get to know you first, right? So the first tip from me will be just to give them a little bit of space and patience, and try to explain what is it that they are getting of, especially if you are offering services, because otherwise how would they know whether to choose you or someone else? You need to give them a bit of time with that. Then, sorry, I've got, just to let you know, I've got a little sheet where I've prepared for that. So I like to be prepared. If you don't know me, or if you know me, you know that I do that. Then thinking about thinking outside of the box. If your clients, that kind of twist-minding moment when your client contacted you and you've given it all, kind of, you are trying to assess what they need, and you've seen that they've done quite a lot and something is not quite working. So that again twists your brain a little bit, and I absolutely love that moment where, okay, we've tried this and that and nothing works, so what else can we do? What's different can we do this time to make sure that it works? So again, there are some rules that you may want to follow or not. There are some things that you want to try first, get the fundamental. I'm all about kind of fundamentals and strategies, and it is true that you need to get that fundament ready for your customers, so that when they've got it all, then you can kind of start building on, because it may be that they've tried it but they haven't had those kind of basic things that they should look up first, and they've skipped it just to go into selling. So again, just try to think outside the box to see what may work for them, but usually those are very simple things that they would need to start from scratch or from the beginning to be able to kind of get themselves elevated and high rocket. Then value your time. Because if you see someone who is trying to get quite a lot from you for nothing, it may be that you give a bit of your time for free, because there is a bit of trust, again, especially if you are selling services. There is a bit of trust that needs to be gained over the time, and then if customers or clients like what they're hearing, they start to trust you. If you open up to them, and I've tested that, if I open up more and talk to them and tell them, even give them a few tips of what they can do, they start to trust me more, because I'm just honest. I'm just telling, maybe you want to try something else, or yeah, let's do it. I can help you with that if you don't have time, for example, or you don't know how to do it. So that's very, very well, but make sure that you value your time. And we know what the minimum wage is, and I bet that you quit your job because you were not earning enough. So just take that into consideration. If you've got loads of experience in certain area, just make sure that it shouts about you, and don't be shy to ask for what you think you're worth, because otherwise, how people can see the value in you if you don't value yourself, right? Then another thing is that you've got to realize who you like working with, because again, that's one of the things. If you swapped or switched from going to work every day into running your business, and one of the reasons might have been that you didn't feel appreciated, you didn't feel valued, and now when you are on your own, you want to work with someone who you like working with, who you like helping. So just bear that in mind, that you don't have to work with people who you don't like or trust, or who don't trust you, because you are on a different platform, you are on a different level now, right? And just again, I mentioned that at the beginning, just explain what is it that they're getting for their money, because very often, I get people, I think I'm too expensive, and I said there is no such thing as too expensive. If you explain exactly what you are giving to people, you've got this value in you, that you want to give to your customers or clients. Sorry, I keep saying customers, and there is a reason behind it, because today is a client's day, so that's why I used it as a client, or I'm using the word client. But I much prefer using the word customer, because customer comes from custom, so it means that it's almost accustomed to somebody, and that's how I prefer to work. Obviously there are some things that will be kind of basic, or that will apply to quite a lot of businesses, but every single business and every single person is different. So again, if people come to my course, for example, they take different things from it, because they got different circumstances, and different things would apply to them, and different things would appeal to them. So that's why I kind of keep putting customer into what I'm saying today, but it is a client's day. So whatever you call it, client or customer, you make sure that you are kind of explaining what is it that they're getting for their money beforehand, ideally, right? And then budget. So one of the tools, when I was starting on my own, I've got in touch with quite a few friends who already had businesses, and I've asked them for just one piece of advice from them, because I have several friends who got their businesses, so any tips were really valuable for me. So I'm thinking, what is the best tip of advice that they can give me? So I've asked that, and one of them said, just ask for the budget. And I get that not many people may have a budget up front, so not many people will think, I'm going to spend £500 or £1,000 for marketing each month, because that's very often not the case. They may not have this money, they may not even thought about, £100 is probably what they can afford. But that's kind of putting that aside. Just make sure that you understand where they are at, because if they see a value in you, they may be able to give you more because they see the value in it. But it's always good to ask the question. So make sure that you just say, do you have any budget in mind? So that you are not in a kind of, you're not on Earth and they are on the moon, for example. Just make sure that you understand them, because for me, I like to work with customers when I try to understand them, and before I give any piece of advice, I listen, because it's that goes back to the first tip that I given today, is about patience. And if you give time to understand your clients, your customers, you are showing that you care. And if you're showing that you care, they are they are starting to be more open to you. So you can help them with more. So again, it's like I don't want to call it a vicious circle, but it's a start of the relationship. And when you are starting any relationship, at first you are a bit not sure if somebody recommends me, for example. It's easier for me to then talk to my potential clients or customers, but you need to work on that from your side as well. So make sure that you give them a bit of patience and give them the full understanding what is it that you are giving them, but also see what they are looking for, and if you can give it to them, give it to them. If not, don't be shy to say, what, I've got someone who will be able to help you. Like, if I know that a customer that I work with only morning Rachel, I will do that. If you've got some customers, or actually, I wanted to talk about Rachel. If I've got any customers who just purely want to up their vibe on social media channels, I know that Rachel has got brilliant company who helps people with their social medias, the Facebook especially, and she can help them kind of build that momentum. So if that's just, if it's purely what people want, I'll put them in Rachel's area, because or I point them to Rachel and SoPro social media company. Sorry, Rachel, I forgot exactly what your company is called. But basically, I'm not afraid to say, you know what, I may not be the best person for you, somebody else is. So again, just be open and honest, and people will value that more, and they will be more open to maybe tell somebody else about you, or give you high recommendation, because they trust you. Okay, so just bear that in mind. So again, just going back to, I'll tell you again what were the tips. So the first one was patience with your clients. The second one, thinking about outside the box, and trying to be as creative as possible, because if customers, clients tried so many various things, it may be that they haven't tried this one thing that they need the most. Then value your time, just be sure that you value your time. Realize who you like working with, then explain what they are getting back from you, your product, your service, and then have the budget in mind, and don't be afraid to refer to others if that's something that is not your strength. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate your time. And again, if you watched it on live, just put live. If you watched it on replay, say replay. Just one quick thing. There is a promo at the moment, and it expires tomorrow. And it's about brand strategy. So if you are unsure where your business is going, if you want to take your business to another level, if you want get this focus back that you had when you started your business, you remember when you had this passion and desire to drive it, just make sure that you visit my page and sign up for it, because it's really worth it, and it's the 30% off at the moment. So thank you again, and have a lovely weekend. Take care. Bye bye.